first things first, get your shoes off. Best feeling in the world. Second thing, eat. So my favourite thing to go to is a burger and a beer. Absolutely, like, as a reward for finishing, it's the thing that I visualise having the most, like when I'm going to get to the finish, I know that I'm going to have a burger and a beer at the end. So obviously refuelling, I know that my body kind of gets to a point where it's had enough, and it will tell me when it's had enough, and normally it's at the end of the race when you're finished and it goes, okay, now I'm done. And so it's really important for me to make sure that I get plenty of sleep.
I've never felt more strong, like mentally and physically, than I do now.
Feet up, eat chips, smile on the inside and outside, and try and keep moving.
For me, food is always the priority. So a good like egg butty, something like that immediately after. That's prior to actually having a proper meal. So food and drink really, really important to me straight away. I do like to relax in a nice hot bath. I find that really helpful. Put my OOFOS on because I'm a massive OOFOS fan. I love to walk around in my flip-flops. That helps massively. And I think keeping just generally active for me is really important. So just going out for a nice easy walk, because the more that I sit down or lie down, then the more I find I stiffen up. So it's just about, looking after my body really, feeding it well, nice balance between action and recovery, and generally basking in the glory of whatever it is I finished. Yeah.
It's really just a matter of listening to your body and listening to your mind. As far as mental recovery can be a huge aspect of this. Whether it's a multi-day race and you need to recover on sleep, or it's something shorter and really just your mind is shot from the mental burden it's been under. So just relax, give your body what it wants, give your mind what it wants, and once you're ready to get back out there, you'll know. Don't push it too hard. That's the kind of thing that causes burnout and injury. So just kind of let it come naturally.
Oh, have a hot bath and a glass of wine. I tell you, love it every time. No, I usually have a massage within about 2-3 days of I think not too early, because I think your body's just got to get used to the fact that it's done 100 miles or 50 miles, whatever it is. And I eat, actually. I eat and I rest and just let my body recover, and I'll go back to running when I look lovingly at my running shoes again. But I do like my glass of wine and my bath.
I just sleep. I'm so tired. I mean, we've been up for 24 hours. I mean, it's kind of like flying over here to the UK because you're up for a long time traveling, and I mean, you're jet lagged, and that's kind of how it is when you do those 24-hour beyond races. It's like being jet lagged, and you just have to have like a period of getting more sleep and but moving. I mean, just moving frequently. I mean, it depends on how I feel. Like I might do a walk. I might be able to run, but I mean, usually I might take like 2 or 3 days off at least. Yeah, I mean, if you had an injury or something, you'd want to just let your body just chill indefinitely. So.
I am horrible at recovery. So when I finish something big, I will go and probably get drunk, and then I will sit around for a few days doing nothing. And then after a while, I'll start doing yoga and running, and then I'll realize that what I should have done was on day one, just rehydrate properly, get a good night's sleep. The next morning, go for a small jog, do lots of stretching and yoga and all that kind of stuff. But, I think I was listening to Jon Albon earlier, and I think I really agree with him that your big event shouldn't be, you should just get up and carry on the next day. It's a continual thing rather than one big thing. It's continuous.
There's lots of advice about going out for gentle runs and all of that, and I find sometimes that's quite hard to do because you've just run and you might have a lot of niggles and you might be very sore. And so whenever I've done an ultra, I always know that I should go out for a run and do something sensible, but I just don't do it. So I then go the next phase, which is, even if you can just go for a walk, do some kind of active recovery that is actually just getting your body moving, getting you back into things, getting you outside, and do what you can. Don't feel it has to be running. And sometimes it's nice to have a mental break from running as well. So maybe go for a swim, or I love to do yoga. So I would say, once you've finished a run, have your nap, have your sleep, have your food, and then just ease yourself gradually back into it. But it doesn't have to be through light running, it can be through other activities as well.
You've got to just ensure that you're putting fluids back in, flushing your system really. You've got to make sure you're still taking some salt on board, otherwise you can just cause yourself all manner of issues. But yeah, rehydration for sure. Just rest. Far too many people think they need to be doing a short recovery run the next day. It's absolutely unnecessary. Your body has got to take a while to come back from that. So take your time, put your feet up, a little bit of walking sure to get the blood flow and clear some of the waste out of your system, and make sure you hydrate. Definitely most important.
I get food, really important straight after. Maybe you don't feel like having solid food, so maybe find some like chocolate milk or like Mountain Fuel do recovery shakes and things like that, so you can automatically get something in your body so you can start that refuel and recovery process. Obviously drink as well, so you rehydrate, take a shower, and then for me go to sleep probably, because you'll recover best when you're asleep. And then get some proper food on when you start feeling hungry again.
I would keep mobile, so there's nothing to stop you from going out for 3 or 4 miles the next day. A lot of people say, just rest up, but I just think you're going to tighten up, and you've just enjoyed it for 100 miles, just go and get the edited highlights package the next day.
So after a run, although you're feeling really exhausted, and it's really tempting to reach for a bag of crisps or some cakes, but actually recovery nutrition is probably the most important part of your ultra running career, because it's the fueling that you do from the end of one run to the start of the next run that is so important. And you need to get all the building blocks from your food so that your muscles can rebuild themselves stronger. So if you are, say you're exercising twice a day, it's that post-run 2-hour period that's so important. But if you're only exercising once a day, you simply need to make sure that you are refueling regularly over those 24 hours. So the best types of foods that we can have after a long run or a race need to combine carbs and proteins. So anything based on milk, it could be dairy milk, soya milk, you're getting a fluid, you're getting your carbohydrate, and you're getting your protein. It's the 3 R's that you've got to think about. They stand for rehydrate, refuel, and rebuild. So the types of foods that I'm talking about, I'm looking at shakes, which you could make from milk, yogurt, and fruit. I'm looking at bars again, which you can make from dried fruit, from nuts, and so all the right elements in there. You could have something simple like a cheese sandwich or banana and peanut butter sandwich. It's really excellent because you have got the carbs, the protein, and you've got lots of other vitamins. You've got antioxidants there which will help the muscles to repair themselves and promote recovery. But it's good if you can also fit in some fruit, so it's not just about the carbs. You want to get the fruit, the vegetables. That's why smoothies and shakes work really well as post-run recovery options.